can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my players started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it, unfortunately. So that's a low blow.
What a fantastic look at this. And we've got time for a quick. Well, yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Cantor.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Brown and Hayward, they're the wing. Jason Tatum is out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at the point guard. And for the 76ers, Harris at small forward with Horford at the 4. Then there's Richardson. Then there's Embiid. And it's Milton in at the point. And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first. Brown finds Walker. It's not going to go for him. And Philadelphia the other way now. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
And for the Sixers, the health of their draft picks has been a story. Zaire Smith, Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, all missing significant time with injury.
Health continues to be a key for them, GA. And Embiid in particular, he's missed some games last year, missed some back-to-backs. He's 7'2". You just hope his knees could withstand the grind. They got to keep him going to reach their goal.
Philadelphia with the ball. After Gordon Hayward's three-pointer, they didn't go. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Jason Tatum. Inching closer to the postseason, Chris. The playoffs right around the corner. Is there anything you would change with the playoff format?
You know, I thought about this a lot. And because it's cyclical, meaning who's going to be number 1 or number 8 in your conference, that makes me not want to change anything. One idea, however, that I've always entertained is top 1 through 16. So let's take conferences out of it. Let's take divisions out of it and just rank them by records 1 through 16. I think that would have a pretty good impact on who's in and who's out, but I think it would also mess with travel and a whole logistical and a whole bunch of logistics in that way and mess it up. But I really like how we have it, man. 1 through 8 on both sides and made the best team win.
How about reseeding?
But we could reseed, and that just opens up so many. You know what? I'm a guy. I got to get used to changing. Maybe if I hear some more ideas, I'm with it. But right now, I like it the way we got it.
I hear you. I hear you.
They've missed 3 of their first 4 shots, having a little trouble finding their legs.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss, they get it back. Richardson outside. Top of the key, Harris. It's good from about 19 feet.
Catch and drain. Harris is a dead-eye shooter. He provides great space.
Richardson against Brown. Embiid with the steal. Now here's Richardson. Guarded closer. Fast break. Here they come. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Celtics. Enes Kanter comes in for Daniel Tice. And Smart subbed in for Gordon Hayward. Walker finds Kanter. Tatum with it. Celtics passing it around. Brown wide open. He fires. And the 3-ball is good.
Oh, you love to see Brown knock down the 3-ball, showing great strides in improving his range. Out of Willard High School in Georgia, Jaylen Brown was ranked 2nd in the class of 2015 after Ben Simmons. All the powerhouses came calling. He went the unexpected route, choosing UC Berkeley.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Scott comes in for Al Horford. And it's Korkmaz in for Harris. And then for Boston, Williams, he's checked in for Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Here's Wanamaker. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. lays it up off the glass. And Cal Berkeley, not the biggest basketball program in the country. So, Chris, what led Brown to go there?
Well, former NBA All-Star Sharif Abdul-Rahim, another Wheeler High alum, took the same path. Look, Kevin, both of them welcomed the intellectual challenge. Now, Sharif, not only could he hoop, but now he's the president of the G League. And Jaylen Brown, he's the vice president of the Players League.
Now Williams, after the missed three from Joel Embiid. Here's Tatum. No good off the back of the rim.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
All that Embiid needs really is positioning inside. I mean, once he has it, you know he's dunking.
To the inside. Smart misses.
And that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
No, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
76ers have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. Robinson's checked in for Philadelphia. Williams, he's checked in for Boston.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Williams passes to Williams. And finished off by Williams.
You know, something that Williams does so well, as soon as he has inside position, he just goes for the finish.
Here's Neto. 11 points for him in that last game against Detroit. 15 seconds left in the first. And he uses the glass on the layup.
He'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
Here's Smart. Buries it down low.
And I love Smart pressing his advantage on the interior.
It could go. Oh, he hit it! He hit it!
What a great shot! Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
Every once in a while, a prayer like that somehow.
It never occurred to me that I'd be.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
But yeah, GA, they were just the more aggressive team. I mean, feeding off this crowd's energy.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the 76ers, we've got Joel Embiid. Scott is out there with Robinson. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Thibault in at the 2 guard. Robinson against Tatum. Robinson goes in, and it's Robinson with the jam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Williams. Jaylen Brown comes in for Tatum. And it's Kemba Walker in for Marcus Smart.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Wanamaker looking over the floor. A putback, and it's Brown on the follow. Brown's got 5 now.
Oh, the never quit attitude of Brown. Outstanding at remaining engaged and keeping plays going.
Back to Burks. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. You played for a lot of different coaches in your career, Chris. I'm sure you saw characteristics that you like in a head coach with all the different people you played for.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want coaches that challenge you, that want to make you better, that helps with the team chemistry. But I would say, number one, you want a coach that understands they are such a good coach that their job is to infuse you with as much information during practice, and then come game time, they trust you to go out and do your thing. They don't micromanage during the big games. They say, wait a minute, we put enough practice time, you know what we should do, now go out there and execute. The ones that trust you, you got to love.
Right. Horford kicks to Burks. Back to Horford. Launches a three. The rebound by the Celtics. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces in his pass.
Harris with it. Williams picks him up. Harris misses. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his first foul. Korkmaz checked in for Philadelphia. Shake Milton comes in for Burks. And the Celtics also making a change. Cantor's checked in. Walker surveying the floor. Here's Brown. Misses off the left iron.
And he hasn't been able to do much damage outside the three-point line. Just one triple for him in the game, and that was back in the first quarter.
And staying with the play, Harris. And the 76ers lead by 4.
This kind of hustle is why his teammates love him. Harris, nice work in getting after it on the glass.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Out to the wing. Korkmaz passes to Harris. Pass to Richardson. Shoots from the elbow. Buries the jump shot.
Yeah, I'm surprised that D isn't respecting his mid-range game more. They ought to be. I bet you they will be soon.
Hayward on the wing. There's the lob to Brown. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, the breathtaking athleticism of Brown. I mean, just incredible at rising up and packing a punch on these dunks.
And there's the pass to Milton. Floats one, and Cantor pulls it down.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy lay.
And finished off by Brown.
The body and agility, rare considering Brown's size. That's why he's always been such an intriguing prospect.
Fires top of the key. That misses off the backboard. The Celtics have gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Here's Walker. 11 points for him in that last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. It'll count. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarters.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back from the first half. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period. And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
On the court for the Celtics, Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the center, locking down the middle. Richardson against Hayward to the middle and stolen by Horford. Richardson outside. Lays it up and banks it in. Richardson's got the lead up to 6 now for the 76ers. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, and I love the fans in Philly. They're notoriously prickly, though. They expect hard-nosed effort. If not, they'll let you hear about it.
The Celtics shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
As you're talking about the Philly fans, they were even booing their team in that conference semifinal round against Toronto.
Yeah, they got nervous with the season on the line. You can't take it personal. In Philly, they love you just as much as they boo you.
Pass to Richardson. Shot clock at 6. The 76ers need to get off a shot. It's stolen by Tice. Here's Tatum, and he drops it in from the low post. Tatum's got 6 points.
I mean, you see the strength of Tatum already. Broad shoulders and able to make shots through contact.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the 3rd quarter. Richardson the pass to Milton. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Chris, middle of last season, plenty of drama around the AD trade request. Davis wanting to leave New Orleans. Some say all publicity is good publicity. But Commissioner Silver clearly does not agree.
I don't agree either, and I think if you go back, the Lakers would say that's a self-inflicted wound. Some things are best left in the locker room. Let me tell you this. Every team tried to trade for AD except the team that didn't have him last year and maybe the Golden State Warriors. So everyone was out there. It just wasn't the rumors. And so, no, you never really like those rumors. They affect young players. They affect the player that may be being traded for. They affect the home fan base. They affect everyone. So you want to try to keep all of that in-house. Some things are better left unsaid.
Pass to Thibault. 5 to shoot. Taken away by Williams. Embiid comes with a double team. Inside, here's Milton, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Yeah, he continues to improve as a passer. The sky's the limit for Embiid and his all-around game.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Pass to Milton from downtown. And the 76ers get it back. Here's Thibault. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And the 76ers lead by 4. And Wanamaker gets it to go. Wanamaker's got 6. The 76ers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the 3rd. There's a minute 47 left in the 3rd quarter. Thibault, the pass to Burks. And Tatum over to help. 6 on the shot clock. There's Embiid. He doesn't hit that one. Now Boston takes it the other way.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Up top, Brown, defended by Scott. Here's Wanamaker. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Embiid against Williams. The pass to Thibault. To the paint. Here's Scott. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Oh, great flow to that possession. 2 players totally in sync with each other.
Floats it up for Williams, and Williams throws it down.
What I really love about this kid, you know, Williams he's physical, he's explosive, and yes, he plays above the rim. He just brings that nastiness to the game.
35 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Hammers the alley-oop through.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Passes it to Thibault. Back to Burks. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the 76ers lead by 2. Here's Brown. Pass to Wanamaker. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
That's just a needless giveaway. You got to make the defense work for their turnovers.
Here's Thibault. Here's Robinson. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Yeah, great job of getting a look before the horn sounded.
Stay the course. We just got to be a little bit more alert.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Down low, it's Harris and Horford. Then it's Robinson, and it's Korkmaz in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Tice passes to Cantor. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Walker. Over Harris. They get the rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
It's rebounded by Tice. Tice has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Hayward. He gets that one. Hayward's got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
At 6'8", Hayward has the size needed to score inside, and he uses it to his advantage.
Korkmaz. And Cantor pulls it down.
The bench was ready to erupt. Instead, look at them. They're hiding their faces in their top.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Korkmaz, guarded by Smart. Hayward against Robinson. Now here is Horford. He's guarded closely. Shoots over Cantor. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Smart deciding where to go with it. And the pass to Cantor. Back to Smart. Tries from 16. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And it's Horford with the extra effort. And the 76ers lead by 2.
Second chance points have really been an issue here defensively.
That is prime time point guard play. A sensational find by Walker to set up the easy bucket.
Here's Neto, guarded by Walker. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Josh Richardson's checked in for the 76ers. Now here's Walker. Over to the left wing. Hayward outside. Smart on the wing. Tips it. Walker on the follow.
Plays like this make it clear that Walker takes his responsibility of being the leader for this team seriously. Just coming through in key situations with these type of baskets.
Here's Richardson. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stop.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
And the 76ers with some changes. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Korkmaz. And it's Jake Milton in for Raul Neto. And a change for the Celtics. Tatum, he's checked in for Enes Kanter.
And Walker is what we call thirsty. He's thinking of firing as soon as he gets the rock. Great presence of mind from the point guard.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Boston. He hits both from the strike.
Wrong guy to put on the line in the close game. You know he's not going to miss.
the first, and that gives them the lead.
And for Brown, it's about consistently improving. We've seen flashes from him, but now it's time for him to meet expectations.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both in.
Here's Richardson, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call, and here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens had to say to his team. This is still a close game, and he told us, guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys?
Thank you, David. Brown, the pass to Tice. The coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Tatum kicks to Tice. Over in the corner, Brown. The kick out to Tatum. 5 on the clock. That's a two-pointer from Walker. Count it!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
You can't have any more pressure on you than he had at the line right there. Shows you what he's made up as he's able to tie it up.
Back to Brown. Passes it to Tice. Got a piece of it. Goes back up. Yes! And Philadelphia calls time here. They're behind by 2. 1 second left in the fourth. Here's Milton. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional... Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining...
Hang time, moving the plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, charge it again like it's credit, your team crowd need to edit, yeah. I see face and get it, hold up, that's dead, need a minute, need to play to revive, let's get a shot pressing. They say what I said, they got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot up, I don't miss often. No look, I had to boss up, get the post up when it's.
What a gorgeous nighttime view. And with David Eve's come a long way. Thank you. So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the center. And for the Hawks, Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Collins is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Young in at the 1 spot. Now, here is Young. To the inside, Capella, that one good for 2. Capella's got the game going here with the first basket for the Hawks. And at the end of the year, Brent, we've been seeing an uptick in play from some young lottery-bound teams.
Well, they're always excited about having opportunity to play loose and play free. The backside of that is you didn't play well enough to get into the playoffs. Right. So, good coaching staffs with young teams that have potential, Kevin, will ask their teams to be spoilers. Like, embrace the idea of let's compete tonight against that team.
Make
they're
that
the
your
4th seed. Yeah, let's go up against this.
Sure.
There are other teams that, quite frankly, just give up on the year. And some guys will have some big empty numbers to finish off the season. You got to temper your kind of eyeballs on those things.
And Capella sends it back. Clock at 6, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. Here are the Celtics with the ball. Their last encounter was in Boston.
And the difference in that one, the efficiency from range. They really focused on getting good looks.
It looked like the directive in that game was that they wanted to attack, and all that work that they put in on the perimeter turned into a big night from deep.
It's stolen by Tice. Here's Hayward, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well. You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
Now, those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy hoops.
Now, here's Brown. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. And finished off by Brown.
And you got to love Brown's shot selection. He's definitely capable of draining these types of shots consistently.
You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
And there's the call by the official. They'll count the... And here we go. Coach's challenge on that goaltending call. Now, the coach didn't think the call was correct.
And with this type of goaltending review process, one thing to keep in mind is that the rule states, quote, in order to overturn the event as called on the floor, there must be clear and conclusive visual evidence that the call was incorrect.
And so, Greg, if via replay there is any level of ambiguity, it makes sense that the original ruling would stay. But in that event, the coach has used up his one and only coach's challenge for the game. So, as you can tell, a lot riding on when you choose to use it. And so the decision is in. NBA Replay Center has ruled, guys. The call stands on the goaltend.
And maybe the only downside is that you use up your one coach's challenge for the game. So if anything happens beyond this point, you might wish you had that back. Smart not to take any chances and give it another look on the replay. That's such a valuable safety net for the officials to have.
Young against Walker. Lets it go from deep. Young's shot is off. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Leading by 5.
And when Kyle Korver played for Atlanta, he set a league record with at least one three-pointer in 127 consecutive games.
And to think that you just wouldn't have one of those nights where nothing was going in. 127 is pretty impressive. Record was broken eventually by Steph Curry in 2016. But for Atlanta, that 127 is still a team record. And you wonder if one Trae Young might have his eyes set on it.
It's stolen by Capella. Pass to Herter. Lets it fly from 18. And Boston with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
It's stolen by Capella. Young for three. It's rebounded by Tice. Celtics leading by 5. Oh, Tatum in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Man, and Tatum gets up on these alley-oops, has a great grasp of when to attack and exploit the opponent.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York.
And guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one, seriously put on a passing clinic. Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Atlanta making some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Clint Capella. Reddish comes in for Kevin Herter. And it's Teague in for Young. The Celtics also changing it up. Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice. Smart comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Teague for 3. Buries it from three-point range.
Well, if you let a player like Jeff Teague get set from behind the arc, he's going to make you pay.
Now the pass to Brock. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Hunter kicks to Teague. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Jason Tatum.
And what makes Jeff Teague such a tough cover is his skill in drawing fouls.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Ladies and gentlemen, James Teague.
First free throw is good.
And Teague can be a knockdown shooter, especially from the free throw line.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Celtics lead by 4. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in
even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about it.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Williams is out there with Tatum. Then it's Marcus Smart. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Wanamaker in at the guard position. Tatum on the wing. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
It felt like in that game, too, he was a man on a mission defensively. Finishing up with 4 steals is an impressive feat. And you can tell, takes pride in that part of the game.
Earning all rookie first-team honors after a brilliant first year, Tatum quickly became a fan favorite.
Moves on moves. That's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
Tatum on the wing. And slam dunk by Tatum.
An explosive player who has no problem finishing above the rim. Tatum does damage inside.
Carter kicks to Dedmon. Passes it to Teague. Back to Dedmon. And Dedmon throws it down.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man.
Williams passes to Wanamaker. Floats it up for Williams. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Dedmon. The three. Bembry. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Celtics leading by 4. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about.
Kevin, that's great to see. Thank you, D.A.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Down low. Tatum against Carter. Here's Bembry, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. The game now all-time. Bembry's got 6 here in this quarter. Brent, certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought 2 ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense. Yes. Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys, and it's guys like Kawhi Leonard, it's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball, Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gaps. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
Wanamaker, Boston, no good that time either. The Hawks have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second, and the call will be against Brad Wanamaker. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Boston making some changes. Collins against Williams. Collins dishes to Young. They get it back, and Collins is right there. Collins has got the lead up to 2 now for the Hawks.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Young against Walker. For 3. Rebound by Williams.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
On its way from Young for 2. He can't get it to go. Walker with some nice D. With 2 seconds left, the shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Boston had no problems getting going. Their lead at one point was up to 7, and
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Really an incredible game from Gordon Hayward.
really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt, and it's Capella in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Lloyd Pierce. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. Guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Where do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum? Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
Hayward kicks to Tatum. Three-pointer. The shot that time, not on target. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That will complete this 4-game homestand. On the wing, that's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Young.
Big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Walker goes in. It's Brown on the wing. Fades and shoots. Rebound by the Hawks.
You know, not sure if he's playing for the crowd, but no need for the fadeaway on that shot.
Herter passes to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
You got to keep the ball moving, and that time Herter's pass leads to an open look.
Pass to Tatum. Walker in the corner. To the middle. Young with the steal. Oh, and here we go with Collins. Nobody back. Young passes to Collins. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists in the game. And here's Walker outside. Hits the 3-point bomb. Walker's got 7 points.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Reddish, he's checked in for Hunter. DeAndre Bembry comes in for Kevin Herter. And it's Teague in for Trae Young. So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Enes Kanter's checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Gordon Hayward. Smart's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. Vince Carter, he's checked in for John Collins. Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angles.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wrong? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea. Wanamaker the pass to Kanter. Outside Tatum. 6 to shoot. Williams dishes to Tatum. Here's Kanter. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Back to Smart. Inside. It's stolen by Reddish. They're running. All going up court for the finish. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Hunter's checked in for the Hawks. Daniel Tice is checked in for the Celtics. Walker comes in for Brad Wanamaker. Celtics trail by 7. Walker the pass to Tatum. Back to Walker. Oh, Tatum in position. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. And now look at Boston's upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. Then on Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
You're smart. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. The Hawks leading by 7. Pass to Reddish. To the left wing. Hawks passing it around. Here's Bembry. He's got 6. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Atlanta. Trae Young comes in for DeAndre Bembry. And a change for the Celtics. Brown is checked in for Jason Tatum. On its way from Young for 2. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level. And his tonight has been high.
And there's the pass to Tice. Over Hunter. Here's Smart. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Smart's got 4 this quarter.
For a guy who's still working on his...
Oh, and he got it!
Did that beat the buzzer, Kevin?
Yes!
Wow.
Yes! Wow! And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're playing a bruising...
Down there! Keep playing with Paul.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the 4th quarter. On the floor for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward out there with Williams. And it's Tice in at the 5 spot. Up again. Hayward grabs the board. Celtics trail by 10. Here's Brown. It's deflected.
How about that? That's a big boost defensively if Huerter can get in there and block shots and intimidate in some way.
Walker's gone 4 for 4 from the field. Perfect so far. Young drives in. Count it. And the Hawks lead by 10.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Outside Williams. Tice kicks to Williams. He feeds it to Hayward. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Young. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And now a 12-point Hawks lead.
Well, that's a pretty serious blow, guys. I mean, they are showing they want this game, staying active defensively and putting up some quick points.
And that one is hammered home.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this 4th quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Collins finds Young. Another miss by Young. Celtics trail by 10. Hayward passes to Brown. Back to Hayward. Puts up a 3. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Back to Dedmon. Young in the corner. Shoots. Again, Young missing.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Williams passes to Brown. And he's He's fouled pretty hard, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. They're double-checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, Lloyd Pierce talked with his team during that last time out. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
There's the call on Kevin Huerter. That is his first foul of the game. .151 left to play in the final quarter. Tatum kicks to Walker. Oh, Tatum in position. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy two if the defense wasn't there.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there, Kevin. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
Offensively, just versatile. Tatum keeps his defenders on edge with so many moves with the ball.
It's Young on the wing, guarded by Walker. Young taking his time here. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. In the corner, it's Hunter. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Hawks lead by 9. Passes the ball. Down low. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And Collins has got the ball here for Atlanta. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And Brown throws it down.
And love seeing Brown drop the hammer. Just an amazing dunker who really bashes it in the basket.
Walker against Young. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some.
This guy makes those kind of shots just look so easy.
And finished off by Brown.
And how about the footwork? Check out those moves in the post and then the sweet finish to go along with it.
Excellent work around the basket. You're right, GA. And so it's Atlanta.
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back at our favorite moments on NBA 2K TV. Check it out.
Welcome to this very special episode of NBA 2K.
North of the border. Hey, Dave. Guys. I love his honesty. All right, thank you, D.A. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the 5. And for Toronto, Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Anunoby in at the 3. Now here's Tatum. Walker in the corner. Clock at 6. Shoots from 14. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
Now here's Hayward. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And let's not forget about the assists. This guy as a playmaker was a driving force for that offense.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Floats it up there for Siakam. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And it's Brown missing.
Got his hand out enough on that one to bother the three-point attempt. Great hustle on that one.
You know, we talk about this time and time again, trying to stay connected to shooters along the perimeter. Nicely done.
Walker against Lowry. Back to Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Siakam's got his second bucket of the game to go. Lets the 3 fly, and that's good. Kemba Walker for 3.
And this is where Walker thrives, an assertive long-distance shooter.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Siakam against Tatum. Siakam passes to VanVleet. From the stripe. Well, might be the end of the regular season, Doris, but tonight's game has postseason implications.
What's better for an NBA team late in the year than to have a great test with a highly competitive group you're looking opposite? So obviously you want to play tough, meaningful games in preparation for the playoffs. This is going to be great.
Playoff atmosphere, you're right.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Brown kicks to Tatum. The pass to Tice. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Hayward. He's right around 17 points tonight, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. All around brilliance for him lately. And guys, he's really taken his play to another level.
Don't you get the sense, Greg, that the confidence is building game by game, and he's starting to put up the numbers that back it up?
The kick out to Tatum. Over Ibaka, and the shot clock expires. 24-second by these teams. The Raptors in second.
They've shown a tremendous ability to cash in on their opponent's mistakes, creating offense with their defense.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Boucher is checked in. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Anunoby. Gasol passes to Boucher. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Wow, what a find. Marc Gasol, one of the best passing big men in the league.
Here's Wanamaker. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Left side, Davis. Outside for Gasol. Passes it to Powell. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Davis. Pulls up, high post. That one a little long. The Celtics with the lead, and a fast break now for the Celtics. Brown wide open, he fires. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Well, to me, that's excellent timing from Jaylen Brown. He shoots with confidence, knowing his teammates trust him.
Powell against Smart. Powell kicks to Boucher. Over Williams. Boucher's shot is off. Celtics leading by 3. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Smart finds Williams. Here's Cantor. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Powell for 3. Offensive rebound. Davis on the follow.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's his first foul.
Substitution for the Celtics.
And the Celtics with possession here. And it's Williams finishing it off.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game.
Oh, wow.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Davis with some nice D. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And let's listen to Pascal Siakam talking about the work.
You come in every day. Guys in the gym every single day.
And Greg, when everyone is working hard, it builds a chemistry.
And a culture. Kevin, winning teams all have it. It's not enough to be here. You want to win.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
I really thought that everything seemed to fall into place for them in that first quarter.
Boy, from the opening tip, they look focused and ready to play. You know, that's really paid off for them to get this early lead.
They've got Powell. He's out there with Davis. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Boucher in at the power forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Now here's Gasol. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Boy, Greg, neither team willing to give an inch and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Smart against Powell. The kick out to Brown. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
Yeah, and they won that matchup last time, and it wasn't even close, guys.
Yeah, I thought that had to do with getting the starters in foul trouble and then taking advantage of the substitutes, and that led to a huge disparity on the scoreboard.
Davis, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. The 3. Davis with the bucket. Davis has got 5 points so far.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And finished off by Brown.
Well, how about the leaping ability of Jaylen Brown? Soars high for the rim-rocking slam. Go to work, young man.
And Davis, here we go. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. Celtics trail by 4. Outside, Smart. Pass to Brown. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Brown's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, it took him a while to warm up, but since the second quarter, he's on fire.
Davis inside. He's guarded by Williams. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Cantor checked in for Robert Williams. Jason Tatum comes in for Williams. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Brown. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brad Wanamaker. Now here's Walker. 11 points for him in that last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Boston needs to get off a shot. The shot's good from Cantor.
Enes Kanter embraces physicality, and if he wants to score it, he's going to play right through the defense.
Lowry kicks to Siakam. Over Tatum. Great D that time from Tatum.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Siakam pulls it in. Raptors leading by 3. And you look at Jason Tatum able to play either forward position. Doris, do you think his future is at the 3 or at the 4?
I think he is interchangeable at either position because his scoring can be devastating. For Jason Tatum, it's really a matter of making sure he continues to gain strength, continue to be a force and factor on the defensive end, and probably enhance his footwork around the rim a little bit.
Jumps up and slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, do not let Jason Tatum get space in transition. He will make you pay.
Siakam finds Lowry, Gasol, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Now here's Smart. He's coming off a 16-point game against Milwaukee, and it's in there.
Oh, Kevin, the defense looking completely lost. Marcus Smart just toying with them in the paint.
Walker against Siakam. Lowry has the open look. They get it again. There's 14 seconds left in the first half. Basket counts.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's Lowry. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Utah Jazz and stolen by Tatum. And Cantor wide open. He shoots. And that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. A big-time effort from Marc Gasol, providing a lot of energy for...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good... The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one... And...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been a clinic out there by Marc Gasol.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
On the floor for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And the Celtics last season mourning the passing of the great John Havlicek.
No, Greg, he spent his entire career with the Celtics. He won 8 titles along the way. He was known as one of the great competitors and a class individual. His legacy undoubtedly will live on.
Siakam misses.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And here's Hayward. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. It's a 5-point game. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
I love to see Serge Ibaka when he's locked in on the defensive end. Boy, he'll make you think twice as an offensive player.
And the shot goes in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
There's the lob to Brown. It's stolen by Ibaka. And here's the fast break. Siakam leading the way. No good that time. Now Boston takes it the other way. There's the lob to the hoop. And Hayward at the stuff.
Gordon Hayward, such a strong connection with his guys. I'll tell you, the alley-oop is pretty.
Good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Ibaka outside. Pass to Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
Well, Mr. Siakam can elevate well above the rim. Nicely done.
Celtics trail by 9. Tatum finds Walker. Back to Tatum. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, Greg, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall, they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Here's Tatum, and he goes right over Serge Ibaka and slams it down.
I'll tell you, this guy is capable of some amazing finishes. Jason Tatum, my goodness.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for OG Anunoby. Norman Powell comes in for Fred Van Vliet. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. The Celtics also changing it up. Williams, he's checked in for Hayward. Marcus Smart comes in for Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. Cantor, he's checked in for Daniel Tice.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Wanamaker looking over the floor. There's the pass to Smart. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. 5 to shoot. Ibaka dishes to Powell. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Tatum.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
And Toronto making a change here. Boucher is checked in. Floats it up for Williams. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Powell kicks to Boucher. Here's Davis. And again, Toronto no up. Celtics trail by 8. Wanamaker the pass to Cantor.
Well, there's a reason Enes Kanter has always been a high percentage finisher. His shot selection is excellent.
Powell against Smart. It's Davis with the drop. It's deflected. Outside Tatum. Jacks up a 3. Good on the triple. And now just a 3-point Raptor lead.
This, to me, is an area that Jason Tatum really worked on. That three-pointer now one of the most dangerous aspects of his game.
just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Powell for three. Rebound by the Celtics. The Celtics shooting their fourth and fifth shots at the foul line in the game. And he knocks down the first one.
And the energy of Williams, it's infectious. Amazing at using it to block shots, rebound, score, whatever they ask of him.
Ibaka finds Davis. Over Smart. And the last shot before the buzzer is off.
Well, Marcus Smart matching his man every step of the way. This is just another.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. It's the Raptors. They're up by one. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
They're just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So the Raptors 5 right now. They've got Marc Gasol. Powell is out there with Ibaka. And there's Davis, and it's Van Vliet in at the one.
Woo-hoo, the leaping ability of Norman Powell. Throw it down, sir.
And Tice gets it to go.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
The feed to Ibaka. Gasol trying to free himself up. And it's Ibaka scoring on a gorgeous play.
Well, you like to see Serge Ibaka be assertive on the offensive end, particularly on the interior.
Floats it up for Williams. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Van Vliet, and he converts the layup. Now it's a 5-point Raptor lead.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look. Wow, how about the long arms and the timing of Jason Tatum on the alley-oop? Nice.
Here is Davis. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
Davis. 2 shots.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. He said, this is where we make our move. This game's going to come down to big plays. Whichever team makes them is going to come out of here with the win. Kevin, we know what side he's on.
Now, here's Brown. Yep, it counts.
Well, don't you love the way Jaylen Brown is squaring up in the mid-range? This guy's getting his feet under him. His pre-shot preparation outstanding.
Walker against Lowry. Passes it to Ibaka. It's rebounded by Tice. Celtics trail by 3. Brown with it. Picked up by Davis. Hayward on the wing. Pass to Tice. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Davis surveying the floor. He dishes it to Lowry. Beyond the arc. No good that time, and it's Boston the other way. Oh, Tatum in position. Out to Hayward. Boston again missing.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Lowry against Walker. Pass to Siakam. Clock at 6. And Brown over to help from outside the arc. The offensive rebound, and Ibaka is right there.
Oh, Kev, how about the experience that Ibaka brings? He's able to be comfortable in any situation.
Here's Walker. And it's good for 2.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to be better defensively.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And Toronto making a change here. Van Vliet's checked in.
Lowry is stone cold when it comes to making big-time shots. Go ahead, Kyle.
Tice gets to Hayward. Brown feeling it out a bit. Kept alive by Boston. And Tice gets it to go. Tice has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Here's Anunoby. To the paint, here's Ibaka.
Boy, it's clear, guys, that Ibaka has worked on that pump fake. Takes pride in fooling the defense.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Brown outside. Good! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Here's Anunoby. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
OG Anunoby is tremendously athletic, and when he plays with this level of aggression, it's hard not to foul him.
And so he drops them both. It's a 2-point ball game.
And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
Hayward on the wing. And here's Tatum for 3. Rebound by the Raptors.
When you're not in rhythm with the 3-ball, why do you keep firing from there?
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, the crucial part of those free throws is that it now makes it a 2-possession game.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
Well, Greg, you've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
Now, here's Tice. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're trailing by 2. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Serge Ibaka.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Guys, what's your take?
And they have just enough time for a catch and shoot here. It has to be an immediate shot, though. That's their only hope.
It's stolen by Brown, and so it's Boston scraping by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And
Where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke from 2K.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. Well, and I feel, David, they're still in great position. I know you do too. Thanks for that report. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Tatum.
And his scoring numbers have been going in the right direction these past few years. He's gotten better and better at handling what those opposing defenses are throwing his way and finding ways to get his points all over the floor.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. The talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. Richardson and Harris filling out the wings. And it's Milton in at the point guard position. And for the Celtics, Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at center. Clark, some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. And that means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter, and that takes a maturity level. And, you know, when the trade deadline is behind you, you only can control what you can control, and that's what veterans should be about.
And hopefully the coach communicates the ideas behind the move, too.
I like that, but there's no obligation to do so.
Right.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Milton. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
There's the lob to Brown. That shot off the mark.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
Horford the pass to Milton. Tatum against Horford. Over Tatum. Horford no luck. The Celtics have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And that's going to be a travel. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. You look at Boston. Unless they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run. And, of course, the 76ers. They find themselves in 6th place.
And seeing where the 76ers are, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
That one falls.
An elite distributor for a big man. Horford is the kind of guy you want to play basketball with.
And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
Brown against Richardson. Brown dishes to Tatum. And he can't jam it through.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Richardson, good.
You know, for a big guy, Joel Embiid's floor awareness is pretty impressive. He does a pretty good job of finding open guys.
Walker, good on the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Richardson. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Stolen by Walker. Out of bounds, it'll be 76ers ball.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Brown. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
And the Celtics making a change here. Smart's checked in. The 76ers have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. That's good from Richardson. Boston making some changes. Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Tatum. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Then for the 76ers, Scott comes in for Al Horford. And it's Korkmaz in for Tobias Harris. Raul Neto's checked in for Josh Richardson. Here's Cantor. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Brown kicks to Cantor. In the corner, Smart with it. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Embiid, the pass to Neto. Embiid trying to break loose. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them. Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
To the inside. Wanamaker the pass to Smart. Tries from the block. No good on that one. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll return shortly.
Coming from the place where base was what's driven to us every time.
Wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the 76ers, what are your thoughts?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort, defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so, in the game for the 76ers, Mike Scott out there with Embiid, and it's Neto in at the point.
Boy, Joel Embiid with the throwdown. Athletic, 7 feet tall, one of the best dunkers in the league.
And it's the 76ers with the ball after Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Williams, he's checked in for Boston. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for Philadelphia. To the right side. Robinson against Brown. Just 4 to shoot. And that one drops.
Brown extremely accomplished down low and worthy of respect as a result. Destroys whoever tries to guard him in the paint.
Here's Neto. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Mark, a lot of coaches like to run their offense through center. Any names you can think of who you'd be comfortable running your offense through at that position?
Well, just because I've watched him and loved his game since locking into him, Jokic. Man, can he pass it. He can shoot it. He can score it inside. He's got such excellent hands and touch. He's at the top of the list. Marcus Cousins, big guy that can shoot it and pass it as well. And Marcus Hall is also in that list.
You'd feel comfortable with any of those guys holding the ball, distributing the ball, wouldn't you?
No doubt.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fellas.
Well, it was the Boston Celtics, their last game, a loss to the Milwaukee.
That was a strong dunk. Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
Not easy trying to compete with the toughness of Williams, especially when he's near the rim.
Burks against Smart, and the basket is good.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Tatum, he's checked in for Robert Williams. Gordon Hayward comes in for Brown. And Walker subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. Then for the 76ers, Al Horford is checked in for Joel Embiid. Harris comes in for Mike Scott. And it's Richardson in for Raul Neto.
And, you know, if you throw it up, Tatum will go get it now. He's a really good athlete. You can't let him roam free like that.
Harris outside. Robinson against Hayward. Right side Robinson. Back to Harris. Up top Burks. Guarded by Smart. Another miss by Philadelphia. And stolen by Harris. Here's Horford. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. To the paint. Tries to save it. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Hayward.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Horford. He's been a factor for them over the last month. He's averaging 11 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects more of himself.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Tatum doesn't just make J's now. He's a complete offensive player, a lethal scorer.
Now, here's Richardson. 8 points for him. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the 76ers.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also, how about the willingness to attack the basket and challenge the defense here tonight?
Daniel Tice is checked in for the Celtics. Now here's Smart. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
On the wing, Harris. From the baseline. Korkmaz kicks to Harris. Back to Korkmaz. A second chance effort. Harris trying to get free, and he recovers it. Korkmaz, no good. Outside Tatum. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Smart.
Good read from Tatum that time. Saw the defense, had overcommitted, and then made them pay with the sweet dime. Well done.
Buries the long-range jumper. Thibault's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. It was Josh Richardson who got hot in the first. He had 10 points and
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We've seen Josh Richardson really having a great game.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Tatum out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at the 5. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Walker. Yep, that one goes in there. Walker's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Yeah, Walker seemed unbothered by the defense there. Very creative with the rock in his hand.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And Philadelphia has possession. Philadelphia leading by 17. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
Brown outside. There's the lob to Brown. And stolen by Richardson. For 3, Harris. Kept alive. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. 19-point game. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. That one doesn't go. Milton the pass to Richardson. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
Brown outside. Again, the miss by the Celtics. 76ers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Embiid, the pass to Horford. Richardson against Tatum. Here's Walker, and he lays it straight in. Walker's got 4 points this quarter.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Here's Milton. 5 points in the game. Richardson kicks to Horford. Shot clock at 5. Embiid trying to break loose. Horford no luck. Celtics trail by 19. Brown the pass to Tice to the left side wing. Walker with it. Now defended by Embiid. Brown outside. Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to rise.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
Now here's Brown. After the miss from Joel Embiid. Brown against Robinson. Here's Wanamaker. And here's the fast break. Scott leading the way over Brown. Feeds to Embiid. On the wing, Harris. The pass to Embiid. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's Scott. Pass to Milton. It's blocked. They get it back, and he gets it to go. Scott's got 6 points.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Milton. And a look now at the Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. And then on Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Enes Kanter's checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Williams. And Smart subbed in for Brown. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Here's Korkmaz, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the 76ers lead by 21. For Boston, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to...
Games like this, you find out.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And so in the game for the 76ers, we've got Alec Burks, Joel Embiid out there with Korkmaz, and it's Neto in at the point guard. Hayward dishes to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Hayward. From past the arc. Rebound by Joel Embiid.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Kanter kicks to Hayward. Embiid comes with a double team. Another shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, the book, Greg, is the same for Enes Kanter as it's always been. Great score inside, but his defense leaves you wanting.
And Kevin, at this point, he is who he is. I mean, for better or worse. Kanter is still a force off the bench to give a team some post presence in their second unit, but not sure he'll ever be a player to build around.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Shemi Ojeley's checked in for Hayward. Green comes in for Smart. And it's Edwards in for Brad Wanamaker. Here's what Boston's going with right now. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Williams. Brown comes in for Shemi Ojeley. Smart's checked in for Green. And Walker's subbed in for Edwards.
Boy, that speed and aggressiveness. Walker is a force in transition. Very hard to keep up with.
Richardson, good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist. Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
Philadelphia leading by 22. Richardson the pass to Burks. 3-pointer. Richardson, no luck.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
The kick out to Brown. Trying to break that ice cold streak. Mark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation, but I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf, and board games and reading probably are what occupy my time. They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Back to Walker. The shot. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Clark, last season we saw more of the global game series from the NBA. A couple games in Mexico, one in England. It's nice to see.
Yeah, it really is, because I actually 6 years ago had a chance to be with the Pacers in the global games in the Philippines, and then Taipei, Taiwan with the Rockets. Great experience for the players and the organizations. It's an additional level of travel, no doubt. About a week to 10 days where you're in another country, but it's great for the game and it's great for the fans in those countries.
Richardson, and it's Richardson slamming it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
Boy, Brown, not just a super athlete, folks, but he's got excellent skills as well. A tremendous floor general.
Pass to Milton. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Richardson against Smart. Richardson attacking. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the middle. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. The feed to Embiid. It's stolen by Tice.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the 76ers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Josh Richardson.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long. And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. So it's the Celtics now. Here's Tice. Can't hit from in close. Stolen by Smart, and there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's his 3rd foul of the game. So Boston ends up going with a new group, and the 76ers with some changes. Edwards passes to Green. And the layup falls.
Ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
26 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Here's Neto, and good that time.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Here's Edwards. Makes it off the glass.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Left side, Scott. Back to O'Quinn. And O'Quinn slams it in.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned.
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill
Yeah.
Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna end it right here.
He's going to end it.
I'm going to end it.
I feel it. I feel it.
The blue line making its way. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for T.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. John Collins is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Young in at the point guard. And for Boston, Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the center. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul. Young taking his time here. He dishes it to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Even though he's an elite scoring talent, Young finds ways to involve his teammates.
And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. You know, Smitty, we know players are getting more nights off around this time of the year. How much did that occur when you were playing in the NBA?
Coaches and organizations really came up to guys when they see they were hurting. You didn't want them to play when they were injured. And then at the end of the season, Kevin, usually you looked and said, ooh, we have the number 6 seed locked up or whatever place locked up. And then that's when you start to get nights off. I don't remember doing it during game 20 and game 30 where guys started to get nights off.
They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Huerter, out of the University of Maryland, proved he can stripe it from day one.
Now here's Hayward. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. And a wide open look for Walker. No good on the 3. Hawks have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And Young kicks to Hunter. Hawks passing it around. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And Greg Herter, the 19th pick back in 2018, sweet touch and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Herter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
The Hawks have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. And that one's good. Hunter.
Oh, my goodness. 5 straight coming out of the gate.
Outside, Walker. The pass to Tatum. And here's Tice. 20 points for him last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Hayward outside. Floats it up for Walker. And Tice gets it to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scorers.
And that one is good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
It's stolen by Capella. Young outside. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
The threat of Young's jumper forces defenders to play him close, making it easier for him to get by his man. This is year 2 for Lloyd Pierce as an NBA head coach. Still in his early 40s, the Hawks the perfect opportunity for him to grow and develop alongside his players.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Pass to Brown. Down low. The kick out to Tatum. Takes a 3. Hits it from 3-point range.
A terrific shooter with the range and confidence required to be successful. Tatum loves to let it rip.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York.
And he showed again why he is such a sensational playmaker. Some of the plays he made were just remarkable.
And Coach Pierce works as an assistant general manager in the offseason. Steve able to learn that side of things and have a voice in acquisition.
That's very important. They are building something special in Atlanta. He's going to play a big role in that as well.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Tatum. Marcus Smart's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. Now, here's Reddish. He's coming off a 22-point game against New York.
And it wasn't just the points. He brought hustle, he brought energy, and he brought it on the glass.
And Boston has possession. Jeff Teague unable to get his shot to go. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And Vince Carter with the slam.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Teague.
They're fortunate the defender couldn't control it. Almost lost that possession.
Over in the corner, Brown. Smart passes to Wanamaker. On deep.
Yeah, love the job they've done here to protect the paint.
Great D that time from Teague. The Hawks have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
A terrific athlete. Dedmon went undrafted a few years back, but now he's starting to grasp the mental side of the game.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Here's Teague. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And Teague is just so calm and collected when he gets near the rim.
He hits Brown with the drive. Lays it up off the glass. Brown's got 5 now.
Boy, both teams racking up the points to start this game.
And you wonder how long they can keep it going. At some point, you expect the defense will adjust.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks. You may not remember Vince Carter traded on draft night for his...
So as I'm sitting back there, he's like, there's been a...
The 5th and 6th picks in the draft, both of them went on to great careers.
And draft day trades happen all the time, but being traded for your college teammate, a pick apart, that's pretty unique.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Hawks, what do you guys think?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
Smart and Brown outside on the wings. Enes Kanter is out there with Williams. And it's Wanamaker in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always. And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Brown. Celtics trail by 4. Smart dishes to Brown. Back to Smart. He can't get that one, so Atlanta will take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And you know Carter is taking off on the drive. When he has a head of steam like that, he's looking to tear off the rim. Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Walker comes in for Brad Wanamaker.
Amazing story for Dwayne Dedman. Didn't play organized basketball until he was 18, undrafted out of USC, but his talent has won out.
Brown, and it's Brown on the follow. Brown's got 12 points in the game.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
And Young, here we go. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Young's got 5 points now this quarter. And he may have picked up the game late, but Dedman is making up for lost time.
What I like, he's improved his hands and decision-making. Even added a three-point shot the last couple of years. You can tell he's putting the work in.
Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics. Hayward comes in for Brown. And with the break in the action, here is the 2K leaderboard showing us this month's top passers. Second is Trae Young.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal. Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
1:51 left to play here in the half. And here's Tatum for 3. Drills it from outside. He has 6. You know, Greg, defense are given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
A putback. Rebound by Williams. And so it's Williams who brings it up for Boston. It's a 3-point game. Here's Tatum. Up and in on the layup. Tatum's got 8 points.
Huge fan of how Tatum runs the floor. It's almost a lost art. Terrific when he's in attack mode, in transition, putting a lot of pressure on that defense.
Shots good from Young. Here's Walker. 6 points for him. There's a minute left to play in the first half. Outside Tatum. Fires for 3. Hunter grabs the miss. The Hawks leading by 3. From deep three-point range, Gordon Hayward comes up with the rebound.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Young with no one around. Traps in the tray. And it's a 6-point Hawks lead.
His second make from beyond the arc this quarter after hitting none in the first.
A bit of pride at stake. Trying to get that last 3-ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
I like that. Collins playing under control, reading the floor. Nice setup there.
Tatum on the wing. Looking to end the run. Boston, no good that time either. Here's Herter. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Here's Cantor. And that one released in time, but no good. Trick. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. Trae Young was the story in the first quarter. He had 20 points, 3 assists. And that should do it with the second half of...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for Atlanta, Young and Herter make up the back. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Steve, let me ask you, what's better for a young player's development? Being on a worse team getting more minutes, or being on a good team and getting fewer minutes?
You know, I think always getting a chance, Kevin, to play minutes is best for a younger guy. But if it's hurting the team, you don't want to see the coaching staff playing these younger guys just to get the one guy ready. I think you still have to think about the team. You have to have guys earn minutes, whether they're a rookie, whether they're a veteran or not, and I think that's better for young teams.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
Members checked in for Kevin Herter. Down kicks to Tice. There's Walker with the 3, sinks the triple. Walker's got 12 in the game.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Young from outside. Rebound Boston. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And Walker gets it to go on the assist by Tatum. He's got 14.
And that is how he rolls. A prolific scorer. Walker's been calling his own number tonight.
Now, here is Young. 20 points for him. Inside, Collins. And finished off by Collins.
John Collins is one of those guys, when he leaves the floor, he just keeps going up. Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break.
And it's Hunter with the jam.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Brown outside. Doesn't go for him. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. And when he was drafted, there were questions, Smitty, about John Collins' best position. At 6'10", what do you think? Better as a 4 or a 5?
And you know what, Kevin? A lot of people called him a tweener. The way he's developed now, it's positional versatility. Whichever spot he plays, he's holding his own.
Celtics trail by 11. Brown the pass to Tatum. Back to Brown. Bembry with the rebound.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Collins. And finished off by Collins.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Boston again missing.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
And finished off by Collins.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
To the middle. And finished off by Collins.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Walker's shot is off.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the time out, or do you let your guys try to fight through it?
6 to shoot. Here's Young. And Boston with the rebound.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
No coverage that time.
And from beyond the arc, he puts a stop to that 12-0 run by Atlanta.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Enes Kanter's checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Gordon Hayward. Marcus Smart's checked in for Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Fernando can't get it to go.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Back to Wanamaker. Passes it to Smart. Poked away. And so it's Atlanta with a 14-point lead as we bring the... How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You see why they trust him with the ball in his hands. He can make the simple play, and he can pull off the spectacular.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Tatum. Williams is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Smart, and it's Wanamaker in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Teague. Down low. Here's Dedmon. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. And the Hawks lead by 16.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Williams passes to Wanamaker. Smart deciding where to go with it. Back to Wanamaker. Clock at 6. Second chance shot. And here's Tatum for 3. Rebound by the Hawks.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Carter inside the three-point line. And that one hits back iron. And it's Williams with the ball for the Celtics. They trail by 16. Here's Tatum. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Efficient performance from him. Not the case for everyone else on his team.
Now Teague. Gets an open look and hits. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Wanamaker the pass to Williams. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
You know, when Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
Teague the pass to Dedmon, stolen by Kanter. And that's an intentional foul. Some changes for Boston. Williams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. And Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Williams. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for the Hawks. Hayward on the wing. Wanamaker looking over the floor. Williams dishes to Hayward. Just 5 to shoot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. At the defensive end, who are the best players in the league at selling a charge call?
I would say Kyle Lowry's one of my favorites. Marcus Smart, P.J. Tucker. Those are the guys that come to mind that do it well. They take charges and also they sell them.
Yeah, Tucker in particular, and I love Lowry, but Tucker, he'll take it, and you know it hurts, but he takes it every game and multiple times a game, right? I mean, wow.
Yes, indeed.
Williams kicks to Walker. Celtics passing it around. Here's Smart. Williams trying to break free. Nice shot by Smart.
For a guy who's still working on his range, love to see Smart attacking on the interior.
Young against Walker. Young with the ball. That's tipped. Pass to Capella. Collins wide open. He fires. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
That's the guy you want to set up. Collins has brought in his arsenal. That time, getting it done with the catch and shoot.
That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Atlanta with the rebound. Collins has got his 5th rebound in this one. The Hawks leading by 15. He kicks to Young. 1:33 left here in the fourth quarter.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Atlanta.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And really, after losing all 3 games to this point in the matchup, guys, they have to be happy to get a win here.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Trae Young.
Throughout the night, he was their catalyst at the offensive end. Play after play was run through him with great success.
Here's the 3. That shot off. And the Celtics going the other way now.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
They couldn't make enough plays when it mattered. Interesting game, though, in terms of some of the matchups.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Collins against Tatum. Young from outside. The putback. It's good on the putback.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
And so Atlanta takes this one.
fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way on September 4th. All new episodes of NBA 2K TV and NBA 2K.
And just about to get underway is the starting five. Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation. And let's check out a breakdown, looking at some stats for Powell.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Ed Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Ibaka in at the center. And for the Celtics, Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward, with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the center position. Tonight, Chris, 2 teams that may meet in the playoffs. Does that create any extra incentive, do you think?
Well, when I was playing, I'd say no, but I can tell you the truth now. Yeah, it creates a lot of extra incentive, especially if you're going against a team that may have the home court advantage against you in the playoffs, or also to kind of see what works and doesn't work against them so you can pull out some extra tricks during playoffs. But anyone that doesn't say that, they're giving you the company line, and I understand that, but yeah, it means
Poke loose. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Walker with a clean look. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Anunoby, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Back to Brown. Shoots over Van Vliet. Serge Ibaka pulls it in.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
Anunoby in the corner. Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Off target from outside. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Brown kicks to Tice. There's the lob to Brown. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic dunk.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. We've got a moment to see the league leaders in steals. And you look at Van Vliet. Opposing teams always need to know where he is on the court.
And he's been a rock for them defensively. Just so many steals for him this year, and so many of them have been in key moments for his team.
Here is Lowry. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Utah Jazz. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And the pass to Van Vliet. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And that's what makes Lowry a great floor leader. Just unselfish in his attitude and great awareness of how to keep his teammates involved.
And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's his first foul. Smart's checked in for Gordon Hayward. Brown feeling out a bit. Back to Tice. The kick out to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Boston, no good that time either. And here's Toronto. It's been 10 unanswered points. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Walker against Lowry. To the inside. Ibaka. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. To the paint. Here's Lowry. He drains the quick shot. Lowry's got his second bucket of the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And with all their rangy wing defenders, the Celtics are well suited for the modern game.
Oh, yeah, they make it tough for opponents to get clean looks on the perimeter, GA, with their defense. I mean, it's a strong defensive team also because of the competitors that they possess.
Now here's Van Vliet, guarded by Smart. Van Vliet kicks to Lowry. Ibaka controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Brown finds Walker. There's the lob to Brown. Back to Walker. Brown outside. Tice, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Siakam passes to Anunoby.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
Here's Toronto. They've gone on a 16-2 run, not allowing much. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the layup.
Brown kicks to Smart. For the three. Here's Tice. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Toronto Raptors up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease.
I like to do all those little things running up.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance from the Raptors so far.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Setting the pace early, GA. I like this aggressive mind state. I love this approach so far.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Celtics, they've got Enes Kanter, Tatum out there with Williams. Then there's Smart, and it's Wanamaker in at the point guard position. There's the triple, and that one's good by Davis. Davis has got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Wanamaker, the pass to Smart. Kanter, high post. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Oh, nice look there from Smart, finding the open man.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Davis, the pass to Boucher, and that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Boucher's got his second basket.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Here's Smart. He's off on that one, and it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
And whether by design or by accident, they drew so many fouls in that game. Foul trouble for the other side became a huge issue.
Yeah, Greg, it forced them to go much deeper into their bench than they wanted to. And then the game got ugly.
Robert Williams is checked in for Boston. Hayward comes in for Jason Tatum. For 3, Hayward, Boston. No good that time either. Toronto leading by 17.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player. And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
No, because it's gone dead silent in this arena. What a fantastic performance here on the road.
While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. Number 1, the Raptors.
You really got to admire their conditioning. I mean, it takes a major commitment to play that fast-breaking style, and they are all in.
And through his first 8 seasons in the NBA, Marc Gasol made a total of 12 three-pointers. Nowadays, Greg, he'll make more than that in a month.
and you ask around, he's always been capable. A great shooting touch. It's just a different job description for big men nowadays.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Jaylen Brown's checked in for Boston. The Celtics shooting their first free throw of the night. Well, it was the Raptors winning their last game against Utah.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Yeah, if you can be that much better on the glass, you're going to win the game.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
And a moment now to see the stats for Powell. The past month has been surreal. Averaging 23 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. When you have a shooter like him off the bench, it makes scoring so much easier for the bench.
Yeah, when he's taking on the scorer's role for that second unit, then the others can go focus on what they naturally do best.
And here's Brown outside. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Raptors. Davis, the pass to Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
A lot of different styles of basketball, and, we're talking about Coach of the Year here. What style of coach did you prefer to play for?
Well, I just wanted a coach that was honest, that held everyone accountable, and allowed us to get out and run. You want a coach that believes in the talent that he has and doesn't hamper anyone's skill set, doesn't hold anyone back based upon their offensive philosophy. The game is changing, so hopefully you have a coach that is flexible. Hopefully you have a coach that is forward-thinking, and you have a coach that says, let it fly. That might be the most important skill set of a coach, in my opinion. One that says, hey, you got an open shot, you better take it.
It's his first trip to the line.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Walker's checked in for Brad Wanamaker. OG Anunoby's checked in for the Raptors. Lowry comes in for Davis. Walker's shot is off.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Celtics trail by 21. On the wing, Brown. Guarded by Powell. Williams passes to Walker. Hayward trying to get open. And Walker gets it to go on the assist by Williams.
So crafty. The 6'1" Walker is skilled at getting the space he needs.
Passes it to Anunoby. Here's Powell. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Here's Brown. The feed to Hayward. Makes it off the glass.
6'8", Hayward has the size needed to score inside, and he uses it to his advantage.
Lowry passes to Gasol. Hangs. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boston making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And then for Toronto, Ibaka comes in for OG Anunoby. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Powell. Hayward outside. Lets it go with the 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Hayward's a weapon. I mean, his impact isn't limited to any one area of the floor, inside or beyond the arc.
Lowry kicks to VanVleet. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. VanVleet's got 6.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Let's talk about the great competition going on. That's what makes...
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half, it was a fast pace for Toronto at the outset. Near flawless execution from both the teams. And that...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Raptors leading by 19. And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Gasol at the 3 spot. Here's VanVleet. From outside, off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Brown. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Toronto shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Hayward with the ball. Now guarded by Siakam. Tatum, that's for 2. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred VanVleet's not the biggest, but his toughness grade, his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
Jump ball. So it's Boston now, and stolen by Kyle Lowry, and stolen by Tatum. And now Hayward pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And Hayward with the stuff.
And this is something we saw in college. Tatum gets his hands on the ball, causing deflections and steals.
Ibaka finds Gasol, and the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's foul number 2 for him. Marcus Smart's checked in for Brown. And then for Toronto, Boucher is checked in, and it's Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in for Marc Gasol. Walker against Lowry. It's blocked, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Brad Wanamaker's checked in for Boston. The Raptors also with a sub. Davis is checked in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Hayward. Serge Ibaka with the rebound.
They're having trouble getting going here in the second half. I mean, that's their 4th miss in 5 attempts.
Raptors moving the ball around. And there's another turnover by the Raptors. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Tatum.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Two minutes into the second half of play now. From the arc, it's hauled in by the Raptors. Ibaka's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. The shot by Hayward, wide open. Offensive rebound, Celtics. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Offensive rebound, outside, Davis. Back to Ibaka, just 5 on the clock. Second shot opportunity. And again, Toronto no up. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Here's VanVleet. Cans the shot from the wing. VanVleet's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Oh, he just caught the defense napping. He shoots a very high percentage from 3-point range, and there's no hand in his face.
Out of play rejections in the playoffs last year. Back the highest in 3 decades. Seems like tensions, yes, with the officials are still escalating.
Well, yeah, the relationship between the players and the referees, you know, it's always an ongoing process, and it's definitely getting better. But last year we had the highest number of new referees in the history of the NBA. And so you're going to have a growing pains when you have younger guys and understanding the culture of the league. But I like the way that we're going, and some of those rejections were warranted. Some of them weren't. I just look at that year as, that just happened. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to hold players and referees he's accountable to last season. I think we need a little bit more context before we make a decision on player ejections and flagrants and things like that. Just a little more research.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
That's the art of rebounding in a nutshell. Box out, hold your ground, and call in the miss.
Here's Tatum. Here's Williams. And it's Toronto with the rebound. 22 is their biggest lead. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game marks the first half of a quick two-game homestand. Inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
So difficult to defend Ibaka inside the length, the improved strength, and he's one of those bigs who doesn't mind going to the line.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown comes in for Tatum. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brad Wanamaker. Siakam is checked in for the Raptors. Kyle Lowry comes in for Davis. Siakam passes to Ibaka. Brown against Powell. To the middle. Williams with the steal. Brown outside. Floats it up for Williams.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces in his passing.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Off target with that shot. And so it's Toronto up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Walker and Smart, the guards. Williams is out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Brown in at the 3. That's the Boston 5. Now here's Powell. 6 on the shot clock. Gasol kicks to Powell. Siakam passes to Lowry. Tries again. Not going to go that time. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Brown wide open. He fires. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Brown's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Celtics. Lowry passes to Gasol. Stolen by Kanter. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Launches it. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Raptors lead by 12.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller.
And Siakam throws it down.
And the recognition Gasol has is tremendous. I mean, you can't leave anyone open or he'll find it.
Shot's good by Walker.
Something going wrong with the D out there. He's one of the guys you got to be worried about on the perimeter.
To the inside, Gasol. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
I'm using that big body. I mean, Gasol able to absorb contact. That's what you want from your big man.
Smart goes in, and he makes that one.
Oh, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
Siakam looking around. He feeds it to Lowry. Powell against Smart. And that'll be 2 free. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, You really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens had to say to his team. He said, "Do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me, and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back, guys."
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That'll be his second foul of the game. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy two if the defense wasn't there.
Offensive rebound outside for Lowry. Deflects the pass and taken away by Brown. And now running up the court, Hayward's pushing it up. And Hayward at the stuff.
Look at him turn on the Jets. I mean, Hayward is adept at finding the right spot in transition.
1:46 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Van Vliet. It's a hand on it, and Ibaka is right there.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Brown outside. He kicks to Walker. Brown with it. Clock at 6. Back to Walker. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Siakam. A new 14 for the Raptors.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Raptors.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Serge Ibaka.
Well, the best work he did came on the boards. Nobody could match his intensity. His rebounding played a big role in this win.
And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics, trailing by 13. Here's Tatum, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
Well, that's the thing. Tatum's sneaky. He understands how to put the defender at a disadvantage.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Robert Williams, he's checked in for Daniel Tice. Shemi Ojeleye comes in for Gordon Hayward. Green, he's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And it's Edwards in for Walker. A new group in now for the Raptors. Johnson, he's checked in for Siakam. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Norman Powell. Thomas checked in for Fred VanVleet. And it's Patrick McCaw in for Kyle Lowry. Clock at 4. Here's McCaw. Rebound by Williams. Throws it up high. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
You know, some scouts thought Tatum had tunnel vision, looking only for his own shot. But he's more about team.
And so it's Toronto winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.